Hello, and welcome to this third in the series of introductory videos to Gospel Oak Community Benefit Society, the cooperative that you've obviously landed on the web page of and wanted to find out a little bit more about. In the first of these videos, we touched upon what it means to be a cooperative. What are these things called co-ops? Why should you care? In the second video, we looked at what Gospel Oak Cooperative is set up to achieve and do in the interest of the local community. And in this third video, we're going to look at the case for if you should be a member of it. In the first video, we highlight the importance of membership. Individual people who say, I want to have a legal stake in this cooperative, this thing. I want to have to invest my money to buy a share, and that gives me voting rights. That gives me a say in how the business works. But as we also heard in the first few videos as well, Gospel Oak's going to benefit the wider community, and you can benefit from that regardless or not of whether you're a member. It's not going to kind of withhold that benefit to you on those grounds. So why should you be interested in becoming a member then? Well, that's the point of this video. So as we touched on already through this video series, a cooperative needs members to exist as such. It needs a group of people who will say, we will act as its members, the people who will be responsible for it. And that means you have a number of purposes as such, legal purposes within this, just to clarify. These give you legal rights and legal responsibilities. As a member, you hold the board, the management committee, or the directors of the cooperative to account. They answer to you. If you're not happy with the way that they're acting or doing things, you can directly instruct them. Get together, self-organize. You can decide who should be there making those decisions. You can unelect them as well, in theory, according to the cooperative's rules. So it means that the cooperative will always be led by the members' interests and priorities. Members also get to decide what happens to the profits or the surplus that the cooperative makes from its trading every year. Touched upon this in the previous videos as well. As a trading business, Gospel Oak is aiming to make a surplus or a profit each year. As the members, you get a say in how those get used. Whether they should be reinvested as a rainy day fund, whether they should be created for giving out as grants to other groups, whether they should be used to put on a big street party or plan a trip to the seaside. Members get to decide how it is used. Members also act to give more weight and voice to the cooperative. So when the cooperative is talking to commissioners, to funders, to other organizations about saying, we need you to bring your investment, your jobs, your plans to benefit our local community here, the more members it has, the more credible and loud its voice can be in bringing that influence and change and benefit to the local area. All of which sounds great, but how does this happen in practice day to day? So there's some practical things that happen in terms of how you use those powers, how those rights and responsibilities work out in practice. And as any formal legal organization, there are structured meetings throughout the year, general meetings. So there are voting opportunities within those. Motions are brought, and you as a member express your voice and preference to say, yes, we should be doing this, or no, we shouldn't. And as members, you can bring proposals as well, so that other members can start that discussion and debate about what the cooperative should be doing. As a member, there's also the opportunity to join the board or the management committee, to be involved in the leadership of the cooperative, either at that kind of apex level or as part of working groups that are formed for different projects and services throughout the year. And there may also be opportunities for you to speak with a cooperative's voice, to volunteer to represent it at different events and forums and activities, which give you the opportunity to get involved in new things for your own interest as well. Now, all this sounds quite exciting, quite interesting and fun, but where's the catch? Well, there's always a downside, isn't there? You get all these rights, it sounds great being a member, but what's the snag? What's the cost to it? Well, there is a membership fee. As we've touched upon in previous videos in this series, being a member of a cooperative requires an economic contribution. You have to make some kind of financial investment. That's the membership fee. Now, if you think you may be struggling to afford that, there may be support available just for the asking. There's also a responsibility you have as a member to turn up to meetings and be part of discussions. If you have the legal right to have a vote and a say and an influence in the cooperative, that's paired with a legal responsibility to actively be part of those discussions and votes when they happen. And also, going back to that first video about defining the values and principles of cooperatives, self-responsibility. As a member, you take the responsibility to educate yourself, to make sure you know what it means. What's expected of you as a member of Gospel Oak Cooperative, and where's the support that you can have for you in your role as such? It's there for the asking. You don't have to do it all yourself, but you are responsible for initiating that. So hopefully, as we conclude this short segment of the video series, you've got a sense now of what it means to be a member of this cooperative, of the reasons why it might be in your interest, and it's quite exciting to do that, both in terms of making sure your voice is heard, in giving you new opportunities to develop skills and get involved in things that you might not otherwise have the opportunity to. But there's a trade-off to it. There is a commitment that you need to make as a member to the cooperative. And if you're not sure about how well that could work out in practice, then ask the question, make an inquiry and follow it through. Remember, membership of a cooperative is open and voluntary. No one can force you to be a member of the cooperative. But there's education and there's training and there's support available for you to explore it and to do it if you do. So in the next videos, we'll look a bit more about how the cooperative works in terms of those points about being a director, if you're interested in those sorts of roles, and then how the Gospel Oak Cooperative sits within a global movement as well. Thanks for listening, and we'll hopefully see you in the next video soon.